All right. We are live in Holland with Tom Rice.
Right.
Tom, tell them who you are.
I'm Tom Rice, San Diego, California. 501 Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne Division. Well, there we are.
There you are.
Oh,
Yeah. So we wanted to do some live.
This is for go now?
This is on.
Oh.
We're go. Yeah. So we wanted to do some live interviews, questionnaires with the veterans as we're here in Holland. For those of you that don't know, the Best Defense Foundation is a nonprofit foundation that takes veterans back to where they fought and served. World War II veterans right now. And we take them back so they can experience where they fought and find the closure they're looking for and get to come back and be celebrated by the people that they liberated so long ago. So this is kind of a free forum. We'd love you guys to just ask questions, say hi. You can talk directly to Tom. I'm looking at the questions here, so go ahead and ask questions and I will relay them to him. So it looks like we got a few people watching.
You're going to have to repeat the question to me.
I will repeat the question to you, yeah. So first off, can you guys hear us good enough? Is the connection good? I don't know, we're in different countries, so it's always kind of iffy. So let us know in the comments if you can hear us and then ask some questions because this is the first time.
Looking good.
They can hear us. Okay, we have one question here is, were you wounded?
Yes, 4 times.
All right, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Where were you wounded? In Holland?
2 in Normandy, which was superfluous. I didn't even bother to go to the aid station with it. Just put the bullet on, put it in my pocket, and pulled out the piece of shrapnel and put it in my pocket and forgot about it. I was wounded twice in Bastogne, Belgium. That really took me out. I took out a patrol, and on the patrol, the objective was to get behind the lines a little bit further than what we were at the moment, and bring in a couple prisoners, the highest ranking prisoners I could get a hold of. The patrol was an absolute failure because we were spotted by a sniper, and he was in the 3rd story of a building with a window facing us, and he could see all of our movements as we came down a long sloping hill at Martezon, east of Bastogne. The squad was 5 or 6 men for the most part, and the area was cordoned off by barbed wire, so it was hurry up and stop and go and catch up with the patrol. So we got to a fork in the road, and I saw a machine gun bullets hitting in the section where I was located, and I sent John Thomas, a number 1 scout, machine gun fire ahead of him, 50 yards ahead of him. So the 2nd scout, number 2, was right next to me at the intersection of the fork of the road, and I told him to call back John Thomas and send him in the other fork of the road. So we did. And the sniper probably saw me, and I was on the side of the road in the ditch. And I think the sniper thought my knee was my head, and he had a good telescopic sight on me and fired. He hit me just above the left knee, and I knew I was wounded. So I told Texiera to move in the direction of John Thomas just for a moment and get clear. I also saw fire, machine gun fire, hitting the ditch in which John Thomas was located, about 50 yards ahead of him. So I knew that the sniper was just waiting for the entire squad to get into the ditch, and they would sweep it. I had a suspicion, but I can't prove it, that they were firing over our heads with tracers, and then for the most part we'd stand up and then start moving, and they'd fire low and then get us. So it had a double sighting on us here, really. And after I was hit in the knee, I told Texiera, it's over, take the men in, give me a shot of morphine. Lieutenant Bonelli had given me 18 syrettes of morphine for any accident that might occur. So he gave me a shot, and I gave him a 17 back and told him to go in. And now I had to get up and test that leg because I thought the bullet had pierced the knee and I'd broken my leg. So I put the weight on my left leg and stood up and moved in all different directions, so it spoiled the view of the sniper in this telescopic view of me, and it did, as I was moving right and left and up and down and swiveling my hips and arms swinging.
Basically dancing.
Yeah, doing all kinds of contortions to avoid being hit. And he fired a second time, and my right arm came up in front of my face, and then a bullet hit the radius in the right arm. It took out about 6 inches of bone. And my helmet came off, and my submachine gun dropped. Then I dove for the haystack on the opposite side of the road. But it was so rotten and so hard that for the most part I bounced off. But I don't know how many hours I was out there, but I knew I was in trouble, needed help. One of the volunteers, John Curtis, came out after maybe several hours and for the most part gave me some help in. I saw him coming up the ditch of the road on the opposite side, cracking through the ice, and he got opposite me in the haystack. I told him, give me the butt of your rifle, you take the muzzle, and we'll work our way in. And it took about an hour to do that. But after we got into the seminary in Boston, for the most part, put me on the operating table and cut my boots off, which I objected to, and I asked for the peanut butter sandwich. So the surgeon said, get that man a peanut butter sandwich. So while I was cleaning up my arm and my leg, I was eating peanut butter sandwiches. It didn't make much difference because I was morphinized for the most part anyway.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of people watching here, and a couple questions. They all want. Where are all the different places you served in during the war?
Normandy, Holland, were the battlegrounds for us. Bastogne, Belgium was also a terror. That's basically where we were. But we moved around very quickly. We were behind enemy lines all the time. We were surrounded all the time.
Yeah. So one guy asked, I think Bastogne 1008, said, is that the veteran that jumped from a plane last June?
Every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Not just
June
last
6th,
June.
I jumped for
June 6th, he jumps every year out of a dang plane.
I jumped just this last June 6th under those who were killed, captured, who turned away from it, didn't want to touch a gun, who we ignored for the most part all of their attempt at concluding their fame, shame, and blame.
Mm-hmm. And are you jumping again?
Well, we're jumping the 19th.
We're jumping the 19th
September, yeah.
of September, yeah. So Tom Rice is going to be jumping out of a plane in Holland on the 19th, and we're gonna try and live stream that, but I don't know. Either way, we're gonna record it. We'll be up in the plane with him, and we're gonna get shots. We're gonna have GoPros on him. It's gonna be quite an event.
I'm jumping special services in the Dutch Army. They measured me for a helmet. They measured me for a jacket. They measured me for a pair of pants. So I may be unidentified.
What was your joke you made the other day about something else they measured?
Oh, that was it. That was the three measurements.
You made a joke that like they were measuring you for a
coffin.
Oh,
yeah. I told them their measurements are okay, but no fair in measuring me for a coffin.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one. So yes, this is the veteran who jumped from the plane in June, and will be jumping again. Let's see. So how has your trip been so far over in Holland? What's it like being back here?
Oh, everything is so changed. It's some 75 years later, you know, it was a chaos, but now it's rock and roll. You get stoned to death because everything is brand new, built up, and,
I don't even know what that means. I love it. So they ask, how old were you when you fought, when you came in?
uh, in Market Garden or
No,
Norman?
when you in the beginning of the war, how old were you?
Well, I had 2 years of college when I joined directly into the 501 Parachute Infantry Regiment, and we trained in a little secret camp in northeast Georgia. It was a civilian conservation corps camp, and no one really knew about it because it was closed and it was deep into the woods. There's another part of that question, wasn't there? Or did I answer it all?
Oh yeah, how old were you? But and then they want to know, which I think we said this already, what company you were in.
Company C, 501 Parachute Infantry.
That's right.
101st Airborne Division.
Yeah. This kid says, my heart can't contain itself. I'm 14 and I want to become a soldier and be one of the men like you that inspired him. That's pretty cool.
That is, yeah. That's
Inspiring
that's
some
an
younger
objective.
generation.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Keep that objective in front of you the rest of your life.
Yeah. And make sure they're right there. You're talking to those guys, not these guys. That's different. I'm looking at them. You're looking at them. Okay, let's see what else.
His rank.
Oh yeah, somebody asked, what was your rank?
I worked my way up from a private first class, not private last class. Sometimes I felt like it, but I ended up as a staff sergeant of a mortar squad, and then acting platoon leader or platoon sergeant.
Someone says, get that man a beer. He should have one in front of him on the table. I think I agree with him.
I don't drink beer.
Oh,
sorry.
he doesn't drink beer. Okay. Well, then we won't make you.
No, you can't force me either.
I wouldn't even think about it. Would never think about it. Okay. I love it. Well, we should have in these interview sessions. It should just be beer and World War II. Just talking about it. Oh, no, I'm just being. I'm just whatever. I don't know. So all these people then they're saying thank you for your service. They love you. You know, look at it. There's a lot of people actually even in Holland right now who think it's pretty cool. Some people are asking why we're here, why we're in Holland right now. Why are we in Holland right now?
Holland to commemorate, for the most part, on my part, mainly the activities that we're involved in, number one, and the individuals who, for the most part, were killed, captured, and walked away from it, or didn't want anything else to do with it. In the book, I wrote Trial by Combat, generally for those members of the present-day 501 Parachute Infantry Regiment. Not generally for the public, but they can read it if they want it. But we're here for a commemoration. We want to close some of the issues of fame, shame, and blame that we did in Holland. We were behind enemy lines 50 to 60 miles, and many times we were hungry. And when we did not find food to eat, we stole the farmer's pigs. And we attached a hand grenade to the neck of the squealing pig and turned him loose. And he ran the length of the line that we had. The pin pulls out and gets his head blown off. And an officer probably had seen this. Sometimes the pig turned around and ran toward us, and we had to scatter in a big hurry. But the officer that saw us said, "You can't do that." Well, we just told him, the pig attacked us, Sergeant. The pig attacked us, Lieutenant, and we had to defend ourselves. It's an attack.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Someone asked here, are you jumping into Driel or somewhere else?
I don't know yet.
You don't know where we're jumping?
That'll
Classified.
be something that the
Classified
special
information,
forces have to
everybody.
decide.
nobody can know. It's gonna be secret.
I think
But if they land on your house, kudos. That'll be cool. Yeah. Who knows where you're gonna land? So let's see. What was the hardest thing about war for you? Somebody asked here. Daniel asked.
Making a transition from a young lad who didn't know too much, and my father was killed in a naval aircraft accident. I was pretty much on my own, so the transition was there from independency to obeying orders and being more dependent.
Oh, okay.
So the 501 tried to kick the civilians out of us, and they did a pretty good job. And then they had to teach us a new curriculum. We all wore the same clothes, we lived in the same barracks, and ate the same food. And, we were, for the most part, brothers, as it has been said. But life goes on. There's petty pace from day to day till the last syllables of recorder time, and so we did, and we made it. And as most of us made it, we had 38% casualties. And what's left is left. And we're living our life the best we can and trying to eliminate fame, blame, and shame by coming back to the countries where we fought and making a closure by seeing what has happened and how it's happened, and helping the Dutch people close the issue for good.
That's good. That's good.
They put us in chaos every day. Every day we thought was a chaotic day, at least. And from that, we had to develop a method of reducing a chaos to a danger. So the method that, for the most part, that I used was to you either fight or flight. And so I made the choice of sticking by and fighting and not flighting. And I took fear was a dominant characteristic in that equation, and took fear apart, dissected fear to try to find out what it was made of, and then logged all of these fears into convoluted sections of my mind for the most part, and I could call upon it later when we were really put into fear in combat. And that develops a bundle of courage, and courage moves on to bravery.
Very good.
So I used that method, and it saved my life on 3 times, because another time the Germans were coming over a dike in Holland and entering an apple orchard. Trees were dead, and they looked like they were, for the most part, non-productive. I was caught on a barbed wire fence, and a flare went up about 100 feet, 50 feet from me, and about 50 feet, or well, it went up in the air about 150 feet and 50 feet from me. And here I am, straddling the barbed wire fence. So I was pretty well assured that I'd better do something and not run. So I pretended to be an old, rotten, decomposed apple tree, and stood there with my arms stretched out, and probably the snipers took a look at me and believed that I was what I tried to be. And I got away with it. And I got away with it the 3rd time in Bastogne.
What did that look like?
And can you demonstrate for us what you were doing?
Well, I was moving all around, right and left, with my arms front and back.
Wasn't this the scarecrow you were talking about?
Yeah, doing every kind of things that you can imagine. That's swiveling my hips and moving forward, etc., trying to test that knee. And the final shot that came at me was right by my ear. If my head had been over where that shot had been intended to, I would not be here today, because the philosophy that snipers have is strike the person in the obligato, that is the portion of the neck, bottom portion of the neck and the top portion of the shoulder, and that takes you out completely. You've got no control over anything. And that's what they do to, for the most part, squad leaders who take out patrols.
So we're in Valkenburg right now. Did I say that right? Did I say it all right? Valkenburg.
I don't know.
We're in Valkenburg. Somebody asked, did you fight in Valkenburg?
No.
You did not?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I figured I'd ask.
No, but I certainly enjoyed the parade and the
Yes, it
all
was
the
a great
activities
parade
that
this
took
morning.
place here. It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
It was the best planned, the best presented by the people of Valkenburg to us 9 guys that have come here to pay some homage to them and give them a chance for closure, and we can close it.
That's right. So they say, when you jumped into Holland, did you wear your M42 jump uniform under your M44 green jumper uniform? Says some guys did not want to turn them in, so they held on to it. Does that make any sense to you?
No, that one, I don't know what uniform it was. It was 2 or 3 layers of clothing with leather elbows and leather knees. And big pockets all over to carry all the K rations that were particularly designed for airborne troops.
I said Valkenburg right. Confirmed. Yes.
Huh?
I said Valkenburg right. I pronounced it right.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess you
We
did.
want to make sure we do that. You know? Don't want to offend anybody and get the name of their town wrong. That would be horrible. Let's see what other questions you got here. There's a lot of people saying, buy that man a drink.
Yeah.
You want a Sprite or something?
Yeah, no, I'll take a lemonade anytime.
Lemonade anytime. So yeah, one thing people can even do on here is donate to our foundation to help bring more guys like this. And you guys can buy drinks for our guys right on this chat, as I can see. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could literally buy you a drink right here.
Yeah, sure.
But you don't drink if he shows up.
I'm
Yeah,
supposed to show up.
that's the hard part, is
Right.
getting him to show up. Somebody asked, did you lose any friends in battle while you were over here?
Probably 2 on one on a patrol, and the second one in Normandy. He volunteered from my squad to get some extra ammunition, which we really didn't need, and he made the mistake of standing near an opening in a field and then crossing the hedgerow, the hedgerow at a poor spot. He was seen by a sniper and hit right in the head. So there was 2 men lost. If you'd have played it much smarter, probably he'd be alive today, but he was in a hurry to do what he had volunteered to do, and the time caught up with him.
Yeah. And along with honoring these guys who are still with us, you know, that's a big thing that we come back to honor the guys who can't be here. And we go to the memorials and the different areas where these guys had friends that they lost and where battles took place. And we go back and we remember those moments, and for these guys to remember their friends. For you, has it been a source of healing and closure to come back to these places that were
Well, that's
so...
my objective, is to come to these places, return to these places with a full knowledge of shame, and blame.
Yeah.
And you've got to spike those wherever you can. Otherwise, you're going to carry them on. And also, the flip side of this incident is, or any one of the incidents, is to give the people in that community an opportunity to get rid of shame, and blame, and let them close the issue as well as we can close the issue, and do it together if necessary.
For sure. Somebody asked here, they're from England. Did you ever fight along any British soldiers? Like, did you ever come across any during the war?
No, for the most part, they were
In a different sector?
yeah, in their own sector.
Yeah.
But while we were doing some training in England, I was sent with my best buddy Guy Sessions to the English 1st and 6th Parachute Infantry Regiment, and we oriented them in the way we do things and how we do it and some of our equipment. So that was a important thing that we did. I volunteered for almost everything.
Yeah? Volunteering's good.
Volunteering and never regretted any of it.
Volunteer, kids. Volunteerism is good. We're all volunteers at the Best Defense Foundation. We all do this because we love being with these guys and telling their stories. I'm the videographer. I do all the videos on YouTube. The guy holding the camera right now is our photographer, Patrick. He's doing a great job. It's not too shaky. It's nice. This is our first live video, so I mean, we don't really know what we're doing. We're just kind of here hanging out, talking to the Tom here. Somebody asked if we're coming to Luxembourg. Not on this trip, but we've come to Luxembourg before, and but not this one. Let's see, what else we got? So, this kid, Dylan, he's 17. He said he met you at a red carpet festival in June. I believe that was Omaha Beach?
That was Utah Beach.
Or Utah Beach, yeah. Is that right, Dylan? If you're still with us. It was at Utah Beach red carpet event, am I right? He took a picture with you. And he says, you're his hero.
Well, you got to be careful of your definition of hero because so many people have so many different definitions that they're hard to understand. And it's like wearing out the word organic. It's overused and abused. So you be very careful and support every ounce of energy that you have into ideas of what a hero is, and he should be put on a pedestal.
Should or shouldn't?
Should.
Oh, should. Oh, okay. Well, this kid, you're his hero.
Okay.
And you're a good guy. You're a good guy to have on a pedestal, I think.
All right. Thank you very much.
Someone said, "Can I get a hallelujah?" Yes.
I'll fall off the television screen here pretty soon.
All right. Somebody wants us to get a hallelujah. Should we do it on the count of 3?
Do what now?
Give them a hallelujah. Say hallelujah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One,
Sure.
2, 3.
Hallelujah.
I don't know why he wanted a hallelujah, but we're hanging out. We're having fun.
Maybe he's a religious cleric or something.
I don't know. Okay, let's see. So a lot of people are asking, what was it for you with your friends and family when you got home from the war? Was it back to usual, or did you have any struggles when you came back?
I had no trouble getting back. I had 2 years of college before I went into the service, and I took advantage of that. And that helped me move in many different directions in the service. When I left the service after 4 years, I was home on December 23rd, 1946, and I was back in college in 3 weeks.
Wow. So this guy said he's not religious, he just likes people saying hallelujah.
Oh, okay.
So settled.
Yeah.
We settled that one. So man, look at all these people, Tom. All these comments. All these people saying thank you for your service. Saying they appreciate so much what you did. I mean, look at that. Look at that list. Going through that. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Yeah. How many requests are there total?
How many requests? I don't know. I don't know if I should go through and add them up one by one. But also, one thing put in the comments, guys, one thing we don't know, because there's such a big time difference. Right now, what time is it over here? It's 7 p.m. on Thursday? Okay, it's 7 p.m. on Thursday right now. And we want to do a live stream every day with a different veteran. But we need to know what is the best time for most people to access this. Of course, we want to keep in mind trying to get some kids who are in school. I realize it is 10 a.m. Pacific right now. So go ahead and put in the comments what is the best time for you, so it gives us kind of an idea of when the best time for us to go live will be.
And where they are.
Oh yeah, and where you are, I guess, because we don't know if people are over here in the Netherlands or in USA watching. Who knows? Oh, Sander wants to donate and buy you a drink. You can donate whatever you want. All the money goes straight to the foundation. Nobody works for the foundation. We're all volunteers, and the more money we get, the more guys we can bring over, and the more programs we can do.
You gotta
Wonderful
hurry
thing.
up with those donations because we're running low on walking dead men here.
It's kind of goofy, but that is the sad reality for sure. We don't have as much time as we wish we did with these guys. Even one of our guys that we took to Holland last year passed away this year, George Schneider, who was a great guy. And you know, when we were with him last year in Holland, he was great. But you know, time has its way of changing things, and so he passed away this last year, and we're honoring him this year, even though he's not with us. But we sure miss him.
But in the meantime, pain makes man think, thought makes man wise, and wisdom makes life endure.
Some tasty nuggets for you people. That's good stuff. Yeah, and that was free. He did that one for free. All these people they keep saying, get him a beer. Like, they can't stand that you don't have a beer in front of you.
Okay.
We should just put an empty
wine glass out there and let her go at that.
Yeah. So it'd be like, it'll have the illusion that you have a beer, and everybody will feel real good about it.
That wouldn't be me.
But what we should do is we should just have them keep bringing beers, and then you just.
How about a root beer?
You just dump them. You dump them in the plant next to you, or dump them in the pot.
We can give you a root beer.
And then they just keep bringing more, and then people just buy you beers. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Let's see. Do we have to? Let's go 3 more minutes. Let's ask.
This is fun.
This is fun, isn't it?
This is more fun than a glaring light bulb and flashing in your face and in a camera.
Is that a burn on me?
Yeah. You're doing a great job on this.
You like this one. You like this one because I don't have a camera on you and a bunch of lights.
I can talk directly to a person.
That's right.
Instead of a roll of film.
That's right.
Let's get a few more questions, yeah.
This one guy just said, get him a bear. Nice.
You got some more good questions? Hey, come on, let's have some more good questions.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Connect.
After seeing the series about 6 times, it's fun to sit.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. We're on wireless here in the Netherlands, and we're on an iPhone. So bear with us. We're back.
We're back. Okay. Sorry, Tom. We're back. Go ahead and tell us about Band of Brothers.
Okay.
What'd you feel about it?
The Band of Brothers was an interesting series of clips that covered all of the activities of Company Easy in the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment. They were a group of kids who joined the service, whether they were draftees or direct enlistment, I'm not sure, but their personalities did just gel. And they could pick up on a conversation and manufacture a 2 months worth of dialogue for the most part. So they did a lot of interesting things, dumb things, and risky things. And Hollywood capitalized on, for the most part, on that. So, the other movie was Saving Private Ryan. He was in my regiment, and they did some strange things there just to Hollywoodize it and keep the civilians, for the most part, captivated and not falling off the chair. And then the other one was The Longest Day.
Yeah. You like that one?
Yeah, that was, for the most part, was a good.
Who was the main guy in The Longest Day?
And then the other one was A Bridge Too Far.
John Wayne, that's right.
Yeah.
Bridge Too Far.
A Bridge Too Far.
And that was about Operation Market Garden, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was quite a few portrayals of things that we did, and keep in mind we've always been behind enemy lines. And a lieutenant came up to me in Bastogne from the 106th Infantry Division. They were in a hurry to get out of Bastogne, because they were in a rest area and were hit pretty hard by the Germans. And pretty hard by the Germans. And hey, Sergeant, what's is there any open roads here? Yeah, there's one over here, Lieutenant. If you want to do it, you better get the devil out of here in a big hurry. If not, then pick up a rifle and join us. And I don't know what he did.
Oh.
There's another part of that question I think maybe I didn't answer.
Got to wrap it up soon, though.
Do we have to leave?
Yeah, I think we're leaving soon for dinner.
Are we actually leaving soon, or who knows? Thank you for joining us for our first live event. We have no idea what we're doing, but we're having fun, and we're talking with Tom Rice. Somebody here wrote, my 8-year-old wants to thank you and tell you that from him, he wants to say thank you. Someone's 8-year-old.
Thank you.
Little kid.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
And let's see what it say. And then they asked, what was the best part of World War II for you? What was a highlight for you, like a good memory?
Well, there's the sorrowful part and the humorous part. And there were many, many humorous parts that portrayed activities that we were familiar with in the city. For instance, we were getting heavily shelled by heavy caliber guns at a distance of 18 miles from an observer, and it was an apple and a pear orchard, and the rock'em sock'em shells were coming in pretty close, and all the animals hovered under an apple tree that they hadn't been milked, and they were in pain, and the firing came to a lull for a moment, and the animals moved out of there, and there was fruit lying all over the ground they hadn't eaten for a couple of days. So one cow went over and inhaled an apple, and we had dug under the apple tree in the root system, and one of our farmer boys, he was the platoon sergeant, he knew exactly what to do, because he saw a cow, for the most part, that had inhaled an apple, and it was a very large apple, and the cow's back legs were in front of his front legs, his neck was stretched out straight, and his tail was horizontal to the ground. He was trying to cough off this apple and unable to do so. So the farmer boy, Norman Eggesser, went over and grabbed the cow's tongue, reached in, pulled the apple out, and the cow bit him on the way out. So we laugh at some of those things. There's a humor if you want to find it.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful because you can't stick with that humor because it's dangerous. You're in a difficult position, and you can't be dancing around with in your bones without skin covering them because you're going to get in trouble.
For sure. All right, well, I think we need to wrap it up. We're going to go to dinner now. But guys, thank you for watching. It's kind of cool seeing people coming on and asking questions. We're going to try and do this every day while we're here. Once again, in the comments, let us know what time is best for most people. And make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Check out all these beautiful videos that we make for you guys. And to honor these guys, share them with your friends and family. And let's put these real heroes back out there, back in front. And we appreciate you, Tom.
Well,
thank you so much for your service.
When we came, the Germans beat us in here, of course. But when they came, they brought a bill of wrongs, and they stripped the people of Holland of everything they owned, right down to death do us part. And when we came with hand grenades, we came with rifles, we came with all kinds of death-dealing bric-a-brac. The second time we came to restore their civil rights. Life, return to them life, their liberty, their property, under due process of law. And so that becomes a decent and worthwhile closure for all parties concerned. We meet on common ground again and develop a welded situation with the Dutch people.
Wonderful. And with that, we say peace out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Are we off?
I don't know how to turn it off.
I don't know how to go. I don't know how to turn it off either. Let's turn it off. There's nothing here. Thank you guys.